Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la la, la 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 la. Ya la la, ya la 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 la. Ya la la, ya la la, ya la. Lai la lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai la lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai.
Well, Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. It is so very special to welcome so many of you who have come from near and from far in true celebration to be here to experience and, most importantly, to participate in Shana's Bat Mitzvah. We are so honored by your presence, those who are joining us here in the sanctuary, and those who could not physically be present with us, but who are joining us over our live webcast. To those, many of whom are homebound or ill and get great joy from Shabbat, we say to them, Shabbat Shalom. And in order for you to follow along and fully participate, I want to make sure you all have a prayer book. It is called the Mishkan Tefillah. It is the blue book right in front of you. And even if you are unfamiliar with our worship style and have never had any experience with the Hebrew language, you can still follow along because there is English and there is transliteration, and much of our service, Shana herself will be chanting for us. So now that we are all ready and prepared, we can prepare Shana. And the first thing that's going to happen is that she will be enwrapped for the very first time officially in her prayer shawl known as a talit. The talit, the prayer shawl, is the garment that marks a man or a woman for attaining the age of bar or bat mitzvah. What makes it a religious garment is not the beauty of the talit, but rather the four corners. On each of the corner there are strings known as tzitzit, and they are knotted 613 times to represent the 613 commandments in the Torah. There are four corners representing the four corners of the Jewish world that we hope will enwrap Shana today. So Shana, I'm going to ask you to take your place. I'm going to invite forward your mom and papa, Linda and Ed, who had the distinct pleasure of shopping for a talit for you in Israel and brought this home to you and will now enwrap you in it.
I would like to say,
Please do.
Shana, first, we are enormously proud of you. We bought this. This is a handmade talit by an artist in Svat. So,
How beautiful. And Shana, the blessing we're about to recite is the very same one written on the crown of your talit, I notice. And together, please repeat after me. Baruch atah Adonai. Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav. V'tzivanu lihitatef b'tzitzit. Amen. Mazel tov. Give him a hug.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Welcome to our Shabbat service at Temple Har Shalom. A special welcome to all those joining over the live webcast. In preparation for our service, please take note that the sanctuary is an electronic-free space, and we request that you turn your cell phones to the off position. I worked long and hard to reach this day, and I'm grateful for your presence. I hope that you will be attentive, considerate, and will fully participate in our worship. Like the generations before me, I prepare to take my place as a bat mitzvah. Today, I participate in my first adult Jewish life cycle event. I am now committed to the mitzvah and the teachings of our traditions. I pray that I may always understand my responsibility as a Jew to show love to my family, kindness to the world around me, and maintain a connection with my people in her land of Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam,
Shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higiyanu lazman hazeh. Amen. We continue with our service on page 290 with the chanting of Ma Tovu. Ma Tovu ahai lecha Yaakov bishkenotecha Yisrael. Ma Tovu ahai lecha Yaakov bishkenotecha Yisrael.
On page 293, Shana will lead us in the morning blessings. It is traditional that after each blessing, we answer her with an Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has given the mind the ability to distinguish day from night.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who opens the eyes of the blind.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who frees the captive.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who lifts up the fallen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who stretches the earth over the waters.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who strengthens our steps.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who clothes the naked.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who gives strength to the weary.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who removes sleep from the eyes, slumber from the eyelids.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who made me in the image of God.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has made me free.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has made me a Jew.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who girds Israel with strength.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who crowns Israel with splendor.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to engage the words of the Torah.
Amen.
Adonai, our God, make the words of your Torah sweet to us and to the house of Israel, your people, that we and our children may be lovers of your name and students of your Torah. We praise you, O God, teacher of Torah, to our people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai,
Hamelamed Torah Le'amo Yisrael. We turn now to page 312 and we rise together, please.
Yitgadol v'yitgadash shmei Rabbah, ba'alma divrach Yerusei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayeichon u'v'yameichon u'v'chayeichon b'nei Yisrael. Bagala, bagala, u'v'zman karim v'meru. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mivorach, le'olam olol me'olmaya, yitbarach, yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar, v'yitromam, v'yitnaseh, v'yitador, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shemit kodesho b'rechu, le'ela min kol chata v'shirata. Shbichata v'nechemata, damirot mi'alma, v'meru. Amen.
313. We remain standing, please.
Yai dai dai, yai dai dai dai, yai dai 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 dai. Baruch hu et Adonai HaMivorach. Baruch Adonai HaMivorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMivorach Le'olam Va'ed.
We are on page 317, and we'll read the paragraphs responsively.
O God, inspiration and guide for all, you have spoken in 1,000 tongues for us to hear in every land and every age. Your children have heard you and imagined you in separate ways, and yet, O God, you are one unifier of humanity.
We give thanks for the sages and teachers who bring us understanding of your will. Gratefully we recall the lawgivers and prophets, the psalmists and sages of Israel, and joyfully we remember that from the dawn of Israel's life, we would turn to you and find purpose.
May the teachings of our ancestors live in our minds and their passion for righteousness stir our hearts. Help us to live so that our daily conduct reveals the beauty and wisdom of your truth.
Baruch atah Adonai, habocher be'amo Yisrael be'ahava.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivud Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
And you may all be seated. We continue on page 319.
Yahavta Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher Elohim asavecha hayom al levavecha v'shimrata levenecha v'dibarta baham v'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'leftecha v'aderet uksharkbeha uv'kumecha ukshartam le'o al yadeha v'hayula totafot bein eineha uv'tavtam al mezuzah beitecha uv'yishareha leman tizkeru v'isitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim lelohehem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etlem me'eretz Mitzrayim le'ot lehem lelohim ani Adonai Elohechem.
Page 321.
Sing the song of men and women joined in understandings and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more, the song of a world redeemed, the song of peace.
Mi chamocha b'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nidor b'kodesh, Norat hilot osefella, Norat hilot osefella, Shira chadasha shibchu geulim, L'shimcha al sfatayam, Yacha kulam odu, Odu v'himlichu v'amru, Ya papa bim 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 bam, Ya papa bim bam, Ya papa bim 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 bam, Ya papa bim bam, Ay 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 ay, Ya papa bim bam, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed.
The central prayer of our service is known as tefillah, the prayer. It is so important that we rise as it is begun and remain standing through its entirety. We are on page 323, and I would ask that you please rise and remain standing through page 328.
Adonai sifatai tifta ufiya gita hilateha. Adonai,
Open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, v'Elohei avoteinu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, El HaGadol HaGibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei HaKol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avod V'Imahot, Umeving Geula Livnei V'neihem, L'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Kol Zeir, Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol Atarab Lehoshia, Mashiv HaRuach U'Morid HaGashem, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim V'Rofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umkayim Emunato, Lishenei Yafar, Micha Mocha Ba'al Gevurot, Umito Melach, Melech Memit Umechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'nemanata Lachayot HaKol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayei HaKol.
Page 326.
Yai la lai lai lai, yai la lai lai lai, yai la lai lai lai, yai lai lai, nikadesh et shimcha ba'olam. כשם שמעתי שמו אותו בשמרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר, קדוש קדוש קדוש, אדוני צבאות, מלוא כל הארץ, כבודו, אדיר אדירנו, Adonai Adonenu, Ma'adir Shimcha Bechol ha'aretz, Baruch Kivod Adonai Mimkomo, Echad hu Eloheinu, U'avinu Malkeinu, Umoshienu v'yashmienu v'rachamav v'inei kol chaim. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Yimloch Adonai le'olam, Elohai Tzion, lidor vador. Hallelujah. Hallelujah, Hallelujah, Lidor vadon agin, kon lecha, nazion tzachim, Hallelujah, Hallelujah, Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
To all generations we will make known your greatness, and to all eternity proclaim your holiness, your praise. O God shall never depart from our lips. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God.
Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. And you may all be seated. We are on page 329, and to lead us in our next reading, it's a pleasure to welcome forward one who will stand here in just a few short years. Max?
Those who keep Shabbat by calling it a delight will rejoice in your realm. The people that hallow Shabbat will delight in your goodness. For being pleased with the seventh day, you hallowed it as one of the most precious of days, drawing our attention to the work of creation. Baruch atah Adonai.
Mikadesh HaShabbat. Amen.
Amen.
Beautiful. Go congratulate.
Continue on the top of page 330 with the chanting of Ritzay. Ritzay Adonai Eloheinu B'amecha Yisrael Utfilatam V'yahava Tekabeluti Ratzon Tamid Avodat Yisrael Amecha Baruch atah Adonai she'otcha levadecha b'yira navod.
We're on page 330 as we read the paragraphs responsively.
On this Shabbat day, as you graciously receive our prayers, help us to hear your call. Grant us enough health to fulfill our duties and the compassion we need to attend to others. Teach us humility that we may perceive our own faults, and grant us the wisdom to be forgiving of others. Give us the courage to be true to our highest selves, and the charity to see the best in those around us. Give us patience enough not to become discouraged, hope enough to overcome all fears for future, and faith enough to know your presence. O source of blessing, look with favor upon us. May our offerings be acceptable to you. We praise you, Adonai, our God, whom alone we serve in reverence.
Baruch atah Adonai she'otcha levadecha b'yira na'avod.
We continue with Sim Shalom on the top of page 334. Sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, tova veracha. Yadadadai, dai, 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 yadadadai, dai, 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 yadadadai, dai, 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 dai. Sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, tova uveracha.
We are on page 336, and I'd ask that we all read together, please. We sit in community, elbow to elbow, eye to eye, so close perhaps we brush against each other as we move in prayer, ears filled with the voices of friends, teachers, and fellow travelers who pray with us from the next seat, from across the room. We come to silence, rhythm of words, shared melody, hushed. Connected first one to all, we now let go, to be alone with the Holy One, to speak in mind and heart and soul, but not with lips. The prayers we weave together cannot replace that private conversation. God, our partner, awaits us, one by one, a miracle. And so we have come to that time in our service where we pause from the written word of the prayer book and instead turn our attentions to our own thoughts and our hearts and our minds. It is traditional on Shabbat that we use this time to offer gratitude for our blessings. And indeed, there are many blessings to give thanks for, particularly as we look around this full sanctuary. So many who have traveled from near and far to help Shana and her parents and her brother and her grandparents all help to celebrate this wonderful occasion of Bat Mitzvah. For you as a family know too well that sad occasions can bring us together as well, and that's what makes the happy ones all the more important. In addition, we all need to appreciate that while we may live in a world that we say is 24/7, in our Jewish tradition, it's only 24/6, and even God deserves the day off. And therefore, on Shabbat, there is no bargaining, there is no petitioning, there is no asking, though there is no cajoling. All there are simple two words: thank you. For no matter what the challenges or what the blessings, I am sure that each of us can find within our hearts something to give thanks for. It's a day meant to reorient our priorities. Shana and her family have already shown you their priorities: being part of community, raising Jewish children, and sharing it together with friends and family. Indeed, they have a lot to give thanks for. And so we pause for a few moments.
Open up our eyes, teach us how to live. Fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one. We will know that you are one.
The highlight of any service is when we take the Torah from the ark, hand it generation to generation, and allow Shana to carry Torah throughout the congregation in order to show the amazing and awesome responsibility that she has accepted for herself, but yet to know that she is also open to sharing it always with others. And so I'd ask you to turn to page 364 to open the ark doors. It's a pleasure to welcome Aunts Christina and Meredith and Uncles Jordan and Ken to come forward. I'd ask everyone to rise as we welcome forward all the grandparents and Rick and Stephanie to come forward as Shana takes her place to receive Torah.
Ki mitzion titzei Torah. Ki mitzion titzei Torah. Udivar Adonai Yerushalayim. Baruch Natan Torah Torah. Baruch Natan Torah Torah Le'amu Yisrael B'Kdushat Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo Lecha Adonai Hagidula Hagivura Hatiferet Be'anetzim Be'amu Ki kol hashamayim ha'aretz kol hashamayim Adonai ha'olam amin ha'asil Al shloshai divarim, 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 olam,
May all be seated. Well, once again, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. I must say I've been fortunate enough to be with some of you before, and I've never seen you so well behaved. And I must say it is quite a joy to be able to celebrate this wonderful occasion with Stephanie and with Rick, and most importantly with Shana and with Max watching on, realizing that in just a few short years, he'll be sitting where you are, Shana. And we are just so thrilled that you have come to celebrate. For those of you who may not have been here at Temple Har Shalom before, This is our opportunity to come down into the congregation in order to give Shana a moment to catch her breath, to look out and appreciate everyone that's here and all that she's accomplished, and to fulfill a very special mitzvah, Shana, and that is to help you leave today with a message from us. You are giving us many messages through your training, through your preparation, through your presence on the bima. Soon you will chant Torah and Haftorah, and then you will even become a teacher and teach us a lesson. But we would be wrong if we let you do all the work. So we have to find a lesson that we hope that you will take with you from this day on behalf of all of us. So for those of you who may not be familiar, I do want to give you a little background and catch you up, because the Torah is like a great soap opera. You just have to know from where we've come to understand where we are and where we're going. First of all, when you hear the word Torah, and it is what we took from the ark, and there are several others that are still remain in the ark, they are exactly the same thing. They are the first 5 books of the Bible: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. Every Torah is exactly the same. Some are taller, some are shorter, some are heavier, some are lighter. But the words, the letters, the spacing, exactly the same. It takes us 1 full year to make our way from the beginning of the Torah to the end of the Torah. And we read it year after year after year, we are told, according to tradition, until we get it right. Well, we've been reading Torah for more than 2,000 years. And while every generation who comes to Torah, we hope they'll do a better job than we have, Shana, it's our greatest hope that you and your generation will get it right. But regrettably, we as human beings tend to want to follow our own directions rather than those that may be best for us. Shana learned when we talked about her Torah portion, and I welcomed her with great excitement. Welcome to the book of Leviticus, the 3rd book of Torah, and the portion of Tazria. And I must admit, as she will too, she found little to be excited about. Why? Because if I asked any of you to tell me about the book of Leviticus, most of you would be looking at your shoes at this time, except for Max. Go ahead, Max.
So it's basically about like people's skin falling off.
Okay. Well, he's right. He's absolutely right. If you missed that wonderful interpretation, it was about people's skin falling off. And it is a book of laws. Leviticus is a law book. The best way to explain it is that it's our Jewish people's constitution. Because in Genesis, we know the stories. In Exodus, we're all about to eat matzah and relive the tale of leaving Egypt after 400 years. But what were we to do with that freedom? If we fast forward it to our own nation, think about how often we have tried to give freedom to a people who are not ready for it. It's impossible for them to embrace it, to accept it, or even to believe that it's a gift, because they don't appreciate what it means to have free will. Well, the Israelites were no different. And indeed, once we get to Shana's portion, we learn that they have to be taught the most simple of characteristics, and that is care, kindness, and compassion. And Max, that's why the portion talks about people's skin falling off. Because what it's really talking about are the biblical diseases of the day and how we are to treat people who are not like ourselves. It doesn't matter if you called it leprosy, which is what Max was describing, or something else that Shana will soon describe. The message is crystal clear. Have a caring heart, have enthusiasm when you do it, and know that you are answering to a higher authority. Shana, I'd like to tell you that you and your family represent all three of those extraordinary qualities to our community. The enthusiasm, particularly that your mom bounds in here to this building with each and every week, literally, is infectious. And you have a lot of that energy, particularly the irrepressible smile when you're a little more relaxed, right? In addition, your dad and your brother bring a special curiosity and questioning to all that we do that enlightens us and makes us all excited about just the possibility of learning. But they go a step further from their enthusiasm. It's also about care and compassion. And they have taught you both to care deeply about your community, the Jewish people, and even as we saw last night, the land of Israel and all those who protect her. Shana, you give us great hope, as does your brother Max, for what the future will bring and the importance of being a part of the Jewish community. And your parents, well, to them we want to say two important Hebrew words, Todah Rabbah. We never take your presence for granted, and we are forever grateful for the love, the compassion, and the care you show to Temple Har Shalom and all of us. So Shana, it's with this incredible background and history that you come from so many melded families that bring the best of everything to you. And so many cousins, we couldn't even count them today. But they are all here to cheer you on as you now remind us of the precious words of the book of Leviticus, the portion of Tazria, and watch with now the excitement with which she will chant. Come on, excited. Okay, here we go.
For those of you who picked up a chumash or a book that says the Torah outside the sanctuary prior to coming in, our Torah portion is on page 826.
I didn't embarrass you too much. Gotcha. Before you start, I'm going to invite people up to bless. As Shana will chant from Torah, there are those who are going to bless the Torah. They are literally going to be called up, and that is why it is called an aliyah, the raising up. And it's a pleasure first to welcome forward your grandparents, Linda and Ed, Mom and Papa. Please, right over here. Okay, we'll help you. Remember to answer.
Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher baka banu mikol hamim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vaydaber Adonai el Moshe lemor, daber el bnei Yisrael lemor, ishaki tazria, v'yalda zahar b'tam ashiv iyami, teshe b'dmei Torah. Kime nidat devota titma, ubayom hashmini imol b'sar lato.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'kei olam b'nu b'tzidkenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. We'll give him a hug.
Great baby.
And now for our second Aliyah, it's a pleasure to welcome forward Uncles Mike and Jeff.
Yeah. Baruch Adonai HaMavorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMavorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Ushoshim yom ushosha iyami teshe bidmei Torah behol kodesh otigaha ve'el hamikdash lo tavo ad melot yamei Torah ve'im nikiva teleid ve'tamashu ayim kenidata v'shishim yom v'shesha iyami teshe b'amelei Torah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai naten haTorah.
Amen. Mazel tov. For our third Aliyah, what a joy it is to welcome forward your parents.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Bahar Banu Mikol Hamim V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Uvimlo yemei Torah levain. Olevat tavi keves ben shnato leola. Uven yona otor lehatat el petzacho hel moed el hakohen. Vigrivo lifnei Adonai vihiper aleha v'tahara mimkor dameha. So tohorat hayoledet lazahar olam keva. Vimlo timsa yada. Deset v'laka shetorim o shnei b'nei iola. Ehad le'ola ve'ehad lehatat v'yiper aleha ha-kohen v'tahera.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tuheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. And now, Shana, the cantor will officially call you to the Torah as a bat mitzvah for your Aliyah.
Ta'amut Shlomit Tzipora Bat Sara Malka V'rig Lichvod HaTorah Habat Mitzvah.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vaydaber Adonai el Moshe ve'el Aharon lemor Adam ki hiye ve'or besaro se'et osa pahat o v'heret v'haya ve'or besaro lenega sarat ve'uva el Aharon hakohen o el ahad mibanav hakohanim v'ra'ah hakohen et hanega be'or ha'basar v'se'ar banega hafaf lavan umar'e hanega amok v'hiper aleha ha-kohen v'tamei oto. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'toheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Mazel tov, sweetie. I'm just going to roll this over. I'm just going to roll the Torah.
Shana.
Mazel tov. 1 second.
Shana, it's hard to believe we are standing on this bima at your bat mitzvah. It feels like yesterday we were on this bima at Mountaintop School singing Hevenu Shalom Aleichem, ooh, ah, with the rabbi and the cantor. Daddy and I are so proud of you for taking on this enormous responsibility and undertaking. We have witnessed the countless hours you spent learning and practicing your Torah portion, Haftorah, prayers, and writing your essay. I'll miss hearing you sing along with the cantor in your AirPods over and over again. One of the reasons we enrolled you at Mountaintop School was so that you'd start your Jewish education as a toddler. I loved Fridays when it was our turn to host Shabbats for your class. It was so adorable watching you and your classmates do the blessings and enjoy a Nash of Challah. We knew very early on Temple Har Shalom was the perfect fit for our family. Judaism is also the perfect fit for our family. The core values it teaches: be a good person, stand up for what you believe, follow the Torah and its many meaningful teachings, respect yourself and others, and make a mark on this world. These are all important fundamental values that your father and I want to instill in you. Shana, you are a shining star, thoughtful, generous, empathetic, kind, funny, and incredibly smart, a true Shana Madela, both inside and out. I know becoming a bat mitzvah is only the beginning of your wonderful journey and powerful challenges you will take on in your life. This experience has taught you to read another language, incredible discipline, time management, community outreach through your bat mitzvah project, and the ability to lead a service in front of your family, friends, and Jewish community. We know you will continue your Jewish education and practices in Mahon and Hillel when you reach college, and eventually in your own home with your own family one day. We are filled with pride and joy for you and your bright future. We love you to the moon and back.
Love you.
Love you so much. And Ricky?
Shana, I started writing this 12 years ago. I really had no idea how hard it was to study for one's bat mitzvah. We are so proud of you. You are nailing it today on the bima, and you continue to flourish in school, dance, camp, and of course the track team. I am especially proud of your mitzvah project. Shana raised over $2,000 to help offset the cost of dance lessons for those who might not have the means to otherwise attend dance school. Congratulations, Shana. As we find ourselves in early spring when flowers bloom, I am reminded of you. With each passing day, encouraged by the sun, flowers emerge and bloom. I wish for you to continue to bloom and that you never lose your gusto and enthusiasm for life. Further, Shana, on this day, I wish you a lifetime of health, joy, happiness, and balance. I pray that you will always have the strength to believe in yourself, while at the same time showing compassion for others, especially Max. I pray you rise to the occasion of being a young Jewish woman with all the joys and responsibility this entails. I pray that you live your life to its fullest and that every day going forward, you utilize the talent you possess, coupled with the great lessons you have learned. Finally, I pray that you spread your unique light for all to see.
Love you.
Oh, I'm so proud of you.
It is now time for us to lift and dress the Torah. It's a pleasure to welcome forward Great Aunt Judy and Uncle Keith to come forward, and I'd ask you all to rise, please.
Please be seated. Our Torah service continues with the chanting of the Haftarah, the additional and prophetic portion read on all Shabbatot and holidays. This morning's Haftarah comes from 2 Kings. It can be found on page 991.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar b'nviim tovim v'ra'ah v'divrei hana'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai haomer haTorah u'Moshe abdo v'Yisrael amo u'b'nviei ha'emet v'tzedek. Ve'ish ba mi ba'al shali isha vayaveh le'ish ha'Elohim lehem bikarim esrim lehem se'urim veharmel b'tziklano vayomer tein la'am v'yohelu vayomer misharto ma'atein zel lifnei me'a'ish vayomer tein la'am v'yohelu Ki ho amar Adonai aho ve'oter vaytein lifnehem Yohu beoti rukid varadnai ve'ina aman shartiva melech haram haya ish gadol lifnei Adonai usufanim kivo natanai teshua la'aram v'ta'ish haya gibor hayam mitzorah va'aram usufanim Kivo me'eretz Yisrael na'arak tadna v'ta'i lifnei eshat na'aman v'atomer el givirta ahale anavi lifnei hanavi asher v'shamron az yesof oto mitzarato v'yavo v'yaged ladonav lemor kazod v'hazod dibra hana'ara asher me'eretz Yisrael Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam sor kol halamim sadik behol hadarot ha'el ha'ne'eman ha'omer v'yosei hamdaber kayim shekol devara emet v'tzedek al hakol Adonai Eloheinu anachnu adim la barhim ota barashim ha b'fihotai Adonai Eloheinu tami le'olam ba'ed Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha'shabbat.
It is now time for us to return the Torah to the Ark, and it is a pleasure to welcome forward Aunt Tracy and Uncle Jeff together with Uncle Glenn, and I'd ask everyone to rise, please.
Shalom, al shiveinu Adonai, Eilecha minai shuva, Chodesh, Chodesh yameinu, Chodesh yameinu, ki kedem. You may be seated.
It is now time for Shana to share with us her teaching from the Torah portion.
Shabbat Shalom. My Torah portion was part of the book Leviticus. The actual portion is called Tazria. At first, reading my portion in English was hard and a little gross because it's about things like blood and skin diseases. But as I looked deeper into the overall message, I realized I actually had a really important portion. It teaches how people in the world can be sensitive and should be sensitive. Back then, when people had a sickness like leprosy, they would be sent away from their homes just because their skin started to look different. People's first instinct would be to send them away to make sure no one else can catch the disease. But what people were forgetting is that even though they may have looked different, they were still real people with real feelings. Things like this happen every day, and we just don't notice it. For example, if you see someone in a wheelchair, you wouldn't know the backstory at first glance. You would just see someone in a wheelchair. But that wheelchair isn't what makes the person that they are. Most people would just keep looking at their eye level and keep walking. The person is probably used to that since very few people would stop and at least smile at them. But if you see someone in a wheelchair and just stop to ask them how they are doing or even just to say hello, it would make your face one that they would remember. And that is what makes up every type of person. Small things as simple as that will affect a person greatly. When a person becomes a bat mitzvah, the person does a mitzvah project to help people or the environment. For my mitzvah project, I decided to give less fortunate kids the opportunity to dance. I raised enough money to give 5 scholarships to 5 different dancers. They got to take a class which will last 1 year at my dance studio and second home Spotlight Dance Academy. My family thought it was important for me to become a bat mitzvah so that we can continue Judaism through the generations. And we also think that this connects us with my ancestors who once became a bat mitzvah. This is so important for me because it gives me a better teaching about my religion. In the future, I plan to become a better person through doing more community service for the environment and the Jewish community. I would like to thank the rabbi and the cantor for teaching me all the life lessons that there is to learn about Judaism and life in general. I would also like to thank my family and friends for being here to celebrate with me. A huge thanks to my brother for being my #1 fan, and the biggest thanks goes to my mom and my dad. You guys have guided me along every single journey, and thank you for the lessons that you teach me every day. I cannot thank you all enough for making this day special for me. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam. Thank you for my family, friends, and all the life lessons this journey has taught me.
Shana, mazel tov.
Thank you.
I think that we would all agree that that speed reading course you took really helped to move this service along. We actually have time for a second service. But I realized that Shana was just enthusiastic and anxious to get the party started. And indeed, she deserves it. So Shana, mazel tov.
Thank you.
It has truly been a joy to share the Bima with you today. And not only to be able to witness you taking your place here, but how much fun we've had watching your family. That too has been a real joy. Well, you've heard a lot about the relationship we share with your family and with the congregation. And the congregation would like to share some gifts with you as well, to let you know just how important you are, not only because of the family you belong to, but to what you represent to us as a Jewish people. There's been a very special woman on the Bima sharing our service today, and she is a member of our board of trustees, and we are honored that she is with us. And so it's a pleasure to welcome Debbie forward.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shana, on behalf of the Board of Directors and your entire Har Shalom community, we wish you and your incredible family a very happy Mazel Tov. You did an incredible job leading the services this morning. All the time, your devotion, dedication, and hard work in reaching this day certainly showed. You have made everyone proud of you, and be sure to take extreme pride in how much all your hard work paid off. It has been an honor to sit on the Bima with you today. You and your family are valued members of our community. They have taught you many important values, especially the importance of pursuing what you love, giving back to the community, and performing mitzvot. And of course, a great role model to your brother, Max. It has been a pleasure getting to know your mom while working on the ATID committee. Her time volunteering and her commitment to our temple is to be commended. These values have helped prepare you for this day and will no doubt continue to be a part of who you are throughout your lifetime. Keep working hard, pursuing all that you love, and keep reaching for your dreams. Now that you are a daughter of the commandments, you are enriched with the rights, privileges, and obligations of a Jewish adult. Your temple has some gifts to present to you to commemorate this very special milestone in your life. A Kiddush cup exclusively designed for our B'nai Mitzvot. We hope that whenever you drink from it, you remember the sweetness of this day. A year of teen membership at the Bridgewater JCC, your certificate making today official, a gift certificate towards a nifty Israeli program, and most special this year, the Sisterhood, a tree has been planted in Israel in honor of your bat mitzvah through the Jewish National Fund. It will grow and thrive as you continue to grow and thrive. Best wishes for all that awaits you in what we hope, pray, and expect will be a very bright future ahead of you. Mazel tov.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Well, now we've come to Shana's favorite part of the service, the time when we conclude. So I would ask you, please, to return to your prayer books, page 586. To open the ARC doors, it's a pleasure to welcome forward Aunt Nancy and Uncle Dennis, and I'd ask everyone to rise, please.
עלינו לשבח אדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצאי בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמענו כמשפחות אדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וינגור עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים בפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. יברכך אדוני וישמרך.
May God bless you and keep you.
יאיר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונך.
May God shine upon you and always be gracious unto you.
יישא אדוני פניו אליך ויעשה לך שלום.
May God grant you a long life filled with spiritual, mental, and physical well-being, as we all say, Amen. I do ask that you please remain standing, for as we do each and every time we come together as a community, we remember those who are no longer physically present with us, but who are very much alive within our hearts and within our memories. On this Shabbat particularly, we remember those whose yortzites are commemorated, Dora Brosiner, Joseph Dobin, Helen Kern, Ralph Solomon, and Florence Venner. We remember one who has been taken from our midst in most recent days, as we remember Stuart Unger. And on this day of Bat Mitzvah, we are always cognizant of those upon whose shoulders Shana stands. And so we remember these members of her family, most particularly her grandfather, Eric Kranz, whose yahrzeit is this very Shabbat. We remember Howard Kranz, Arlene Cohen, Florence Karstadt, and Seymour Karstadt. Together, our loved ones are commingled with those of the American Armed Forces and the Israel Defense Forces, who have given their lives in defense of our nation and the land of Israel. And for no one who has anyone left to say Kaddish for them, we join together, page 598, so no mourner ever stands alone. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'yamad divra kirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agalat v'zman kariv v'meru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'alam amei amaya, yitbarak v'yishtavak v'yitpa'ar v'yitraman v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudusha b'rechu, le'olam yimkol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, damiran v'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba mim shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, v'yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. We pray that the source of peace will send peace to all who mourn and comfort all the bereaved among us, as we all say, Amen. Amen. And you may be seated. Well, once again, on behalf of all of us here at Temple Har Shalom, we wish our heartfelt best wishes of Mazel Tov to Shana, to Stephanie, to Rick, and to Max, and to the entire extended mishpacha, the entire family. The way that we end each and every service is by wishing sweetness and bounty to our bat mitzvah. So Shana, I'm going to ask you to come forward. Max, come join her, together with great Aunt Sharon and Aunt Jen. And they are going to assist in making the kiddush sweeter and the bread more delicious. Shana, you just hold up the cup.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen. L'chaim.
Chaim, have a sip. Thank you. All right, you ready? Pull it apart. You want to say motzi? Okay, go.
Baruch atah Adonai
Elohim Mechalam
Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Oh, pull it apart.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
And Mazel Tov, everyone.
Shabbat shalom, everyone. Please feel free to